Have you ever been laid off from a job only to find out shortly later that you're getting promoted? Probably not, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. When you're being laid off, you're being cut from the team. And when you're getting promoted, you're elevated within that team. Not many organizations would do this. But there's one in the federal government, specifically the State Department. The State Department, at least 10 Foreign Service officers received layoff notices in July. And here we are in August, and their names are appearing on a promotion list. Now, obviously, they're not getting promoted because they're no longer with us. They're not working in the federal government. But why did this happen? Well, the State Department is saying these were redundant positions. Even though they're high performers, it's a waste of talent. These people will probably be discouraged from applying in the federal government again. So you lost some real talent. And it costs money. There's a cost associated with training a Foreign Service officer. You have tens of thousands of dollars that go into it, several months of training. In some situations, they could be over a year in training before they're ready to hit the ground and actually execute their mission. So the first thing, when you hear a story like this, what pops into your head is poor planning and poor leadership. Was there a workforce strategy plan developed? Obviously not, at least not a competent one, because when you receive so much pressure from above, from higher levels, they're telling you, cut your workforce, shrink your workforce, do it faster, do it now. You look wherever you can to start making cuts. Now, the State Department, like a lot of different federal agencies, their reduction in force, it's been choppy at best. They've had to do a lot of retractions. At one point, they had to reinstate a whole office that was essential to passport services. They were fixing to get rid of an entire office. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't inspire confidence within your workforce. The truth is, these individuals, whether they're high performers or not, once you make the decision that they're no longer going to be a part of the agency, they should not be appearing on a promotion list 2 months after you've sent them the layoff notice. That means the systems are not communicating with one another. The checks are not being done. There's an issue there. And when there's an issue with management, when there's a problem with leadership, do they get put on a PIP? Are they going on a performance improvement plan? No. But if the worker bee with the 3 monitors in the cubicle, if that individual messes up, there's a lot of people pointing fingers then. They want to put them on a performance improvement plan. They want to reassign them to a different office. But the same treatment isn't given to leadership. But it's clear that 2 things are happening here at the same time. 1, we're cutting and we're getting rid of high performers. And 2, we're not updating the system. So what else is slipping through the cracks? Now, a deputy secretary over at the Department of State, they came out with an official statement saying something along the lines as, this was an exceptionally challenging reduction in force. It's been very challenging for them. And I'd be like, yeah, it's challenging for a reason. It didn't have to happen. Honestly, look at the numbers. 10 years back, if you look at the Department of State 10 years ago, they roughly have the same workforce as they do now, right? I mean, it has grown slightly, but it's not a dramatic change. It's not like the Department of State was surging under Biden and now we have to correct the workforce. It's not a scenario or situation like that. So these fast cuts, they really didn't have to happen. They also break a 50-year agreement that they had with the union once upon a time. You know, the union right now is not even being recognized in a lot of federal agencies. So the old agreement was, hey, be transparent with your reduction in force and also do it with merit in mind. So these positions, they didn't really consider merit. They just said, hey, redundancy. And I guarantee you the reason why they picked that reason, redundancy, is because they didn't have to go through the whole RIF standing procedure. They didn't have to look at merit. They didn't have to look at years of service. So it was a shortcut. It's a way to circumvent the process and just show that your workforce is shrinking so that you can make your boss happy. Now, this is just with the Department of State. And 10 is the bare minimum number because it was likely higher than 10. It's just 10 people confirmed as of right now. As we progress through the year of 2025, you'll probably see the same issue popping up in different federal agencies. Why does it seem at times that the federal government is hostile towards its own workforce when there's still a need to recruit and retain high-quality individuals? It doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. It kind of seems like you're shooting yourself in the foot. But it's been more evident this year than ever that this is the position that the federal government is taking. If you want to know exactly why that is, I want you to check this video out next. Stay updated by signing up to the free newsletter down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.